Coming to you practically live from the Beer to Whiskey pop-up studios on the taproom floor of the normal... Shit.
Blooper.
This is why we're always laughing at the intro to every episode.
Because I'm not
Always
really
a blooper.
I'm not really good at this. Coming to you practically live from the pop-up Beer to Whiskey studios on the taproom floor of the noble. Stop the clock.
Stop clock.
They're back!
Coming to you practically live from the pop-up Beer to Whiskey studios on the taproom floor of the Noble Vice Wine Company in Greenville, South Carolina, in the Pelham Road area of Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Doing Wine. It's our second shot at doing this, our second stab at it, and so bear with us. We like wine, but we're still feeling our way through this. Anyway,
We love wine.
yes,
Yes.
we do love wine. On the opposite end of the dais here is my good buddy, Big John Richards, who is our certified cicerone and beer whisperer. We let him drink. We let him
Says it
drink.
on my business cards.
We let him drink booze and wine and whatever, just because. And joining us is the proprietor of Noble Vice, our good friend, Susie Barrows. She has invited us in because
Because
kind of,
vampires can't come
Because
in
they-
without unless
they
they've been
we're kind of,
invited.
yeah, we can't come in a place unless we're invited. And she,
What a mistake.
and we've got a little something on her. So she said, yeah, okay, all right. So here we are. In any event, I'm going to turn this over to Susie, and we're going to talk a little bit about wine and grapes and regions, all stuff that I don't really care about, because what I care about is what goes in the glass. But anyway, Susie, you've got the floor.
It's okay. I care about the wines and
Yeah,
grapes and the
no.
regions.
You're such a brown noser.
I mean, you're one of my favorite customers. You really do care.
I do what I can.
You ask great questions.
Thank you.
So what we've
That's a
got...
huge compliment.
All right, enough of this
Okay.
crap. Onward and upward.
All right, so next up we have a Riesling from Washington State. Fun fact, Riesling is my favorite grape. I don't really have, people are like, what's your favorite wine? I don't really have a favorite wine. I like all wines. That's just, if they're good.
It's like, who's your favorite child?
Right. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, basically. But Riesling is my favorite grape, and kind of like desert island. Well, I mean that would be champagne, honestly. But if I don't, but like I'm on desert island and I'm not a millionaire, then Riesling is a little more affordable.
Comes in number 2.
Yeah, but I mean they both for primarily the same reason, which is that they're both high in acid, and I'm an acid freak, which I can't say that's like an original thing to say, but no, I like my whites to be high in acidity, and the Riesling fits the bill. So Washington State is getting to be. I mean, Washington State has been making wines for a long time, but their wineries are. It's starting to be. Oregon was really popular for a while, and there still are, but Washington State is starting to get known a lot more and getting more prominence. And the reds from Washington State are fantastic, but I'm really loving the Rieslings from Washington State. So this is from Columbia Valley in Washington State, and I think there's a, you think of Seattle and like grunge, and you think of cloudy and rainy and stuff. But this is from the eastern part of Washington on the other side of the Cascades, and they get more sunny days per year than California does.
No way.
So you can get, as we were talking about with Argentina, you get those really hot sunny days, but then the diurnal shift is what they call it. It cools way down at nights, which enables the grapes to preserve acidity, so they don't get too ripe too fast and get all out of whack. So
Some of my favorite expressions. Out of whack.
yeah, get out of whack is very technical.
So, who's the winemaker?
So this is John Bookwalter, and
And the name of the wine is?
the Readers Riesling that he does. He does
Okay,
it.
I noticed the glasses on the label. There's
Right.
The glasses on the
Yeah,
label.
and they were, I don't know if you can see, but the reading glasses on the label, the way that they're laying on their side like that, it actually forms the letter B, which I found out recently that was a happy coincidence. So, yeah. Anyway.
But I'm telling you, somewhere some graphic artist is going, I did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
I did it. I took the Lindbergh, baby.
But and the cheers, gentlemen.
Text Miss Lily.
I love it so much.
That nose on that is so
I love
good.
it so much.
Oh man, that hits the palate. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's so clean,
Yeah.
and it dries up so nice and so tart, almost like a Granny Smith apple on
Yeah.
the finish. Oh
Exactly.
man, it's making my mouth water.
Yep. That's acidity.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when you
This,
try to
yeah,
explain acidity.
this is not, sometimes you get a Riesling that is like syrupy sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Boy, that's not this at all.
yeah.
Not that at all.
And a lot of that blue bottle Riesling is
Blue Nun.
what everyone's
Yeah,
used to
right.
seeing and
Yeah,
tasting, and
right.
they don't know how good Riesling can be.
But and I'm not saying that's aging you, that's aging me too. Because in so many cases these days, you say Blue Nun to people and they have
Right.
no idea what it's like saying sideways.
Right.
People have no idea what you're talking about.
I
It's
took
just-
it intravenously when I was in college. So I do got it. So, I get the Blue Nun thing, like
Right.
the Lambrusco thing.
Right,
whatever.
Riuniti.
Riuniti,
Yeah, right.
Lambrusco, all that,
Yeah,
all
right.
the college stuff that I did in college.
Pink Zinfandel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I never did that.
right. That's never.
Man, when
Oh,
I
that-
came up,
That was the swinging 80s.
dude, yeah, I came up in here, White Zinfandel,
Yeah,
Sutter
White
Home.
Zinfandel,
Like, just
yeah.
ask anybody. That's the best wine in the world.
Right, yeah, my God, like really living life when you're
Yep.
drinking white Zin. But yeah, like German Riesling, it's really only Rieslings from one particular region in Germany, called the Mosel, that are sweet. 95% of them are sweet. Off dry is really, kind of, unless they're a dessert wine, sweet is the, correct term for a dessert wine. But off dry, and even when there's got like a hint of sweetness to it, like in this wine, it's really fruitiness.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, the green apple, like,
And we talk about that a lot in beer. There's a difference between
Right.
something that's fruity,
Yeah.
and something that's sweet. They're
Right.
not the same thing.
no. So like sweet is sugar.
Right.
Right.
So, do you know if there's an RS number on this, or if this is completely dry?
I would say that there is a small amount of
Yeah.
RS on this,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not bone dry, but sometimes with Riesling, you do need that bit of sweetness to balance out
Yeah.
the acidity.
Right.
And just, give it like an overall more pleasurable drinking experience. And there's a lot of acidity in this.
Oh yeah.
It's like you said, it's
I saw Russ
mouth-watering.
look over at us, so I'll just go ahead and offer up that we both said RS,
Yeah.
which stands for residual sugar.
Yes, right, yeah.
I expect there's people out there that will watch this and go,
Right.
what's an RS?
Yeah.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
I held
Well,
myself
I'm
back,
sure,
Russ.
I'm sure, 1/3 of the people at least, because Here, 1/3 of us didn't know
And
what
it's,
RS
so
meant.
there's sugar in grapes.
Right.
And the sugar is converted into alcohol. So you can ferment it totally dry, or residual sugar, you can stop the fermentation before it, ferments totally dry, and there is an amount of residual sugar left
Right.
over.
Yep.
Write that down.
Tell us more about, like, Washington State, the wine regions that are there.
Right.
The primary grapes they do.
Columbia Valley is the overall AVA, and AVA is American Viticultural Area. So that's a designate for, like, Napa Valley is an AVA, but then Napa Valley has AVA, different designate AVAs inside of it. So Columbia Valley is the overall AVA, but then they have smaller AVAs inside of Columbia Valley.
Right.
So the fact that if it has Washington State on the label, the grapes can come from anywhere in Washington State. This has Columbia Valley on the label, so the grapes can come anywhere from Columbia Valley. And then if they, had a more specific AVA, Walla Walla, for
Right.
instance, then they would have to come from Walla Walla. And then you have single vineyard designates, so that, it gets, smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But this is from Columbia Valley. I'd say, for me, they're doing a lot of things with Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc and probably, even more obscure white varietals. But I really like the Riesling in particular. And then for reds, they're doing great Cabernets, great Syrahs, great Merlots.
I would think they have to do Pinots. Aren't they doing some Pinots?
Not really.
Really?
Pinot is more of an Oregon
Okay.
thing, and that has to do with just Oregon overall being cooler. Pinot being a very finicky grape that really needs ideal conditions. So, even though, like I said, we've got this great diurnal shift with hot days and cool nights, Pinot kind of needs, it needs more than a diurnal shift. It needs it to be, sort of cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool constantly.
you guys kind of left me behind at RS, so
So you mentioned at the beginning that Riesling would be your desert island grape,
Yeah.
possible exception of Champagne.
Right.
And I think it's my favorite grape, and I'm learning. I'm just now really getting into Champagne properly and tasting real Champagne
Right.
for the first time in my life properly.
Yeah.
And I'm with you there, but I did mention not long ago. I'm like, I think Riesling has become my favorite wine.
Yeah.
Because it goes with every food.
Exactly.
It's easy to drink. It's satisfying and it's clean.
Right.
It's got most of the dry ones have such a nice balance to them.
Yeah, and there's something called palate fatigue,
Yeah.
where, you're drinking a lot of wine and you need this, kind of bright, refreshing, something you just gravitate towards it when you're drinking a lot of wine. And one thing, kind of in terms of you guys, most winemakers I know say that they want a beer at the end of the day. And that's again to do with palate fatigue. When you're
Oh,
drinking
sure.
wine all day,
Yeah.
you want that refreshing
Yeah.
beer.
when I've been drinking bourbon all day, I like a gin.
Yeah.
A gin is what I go to for that, to give that little
Herbal, yeah,
punch back, get my palate cooking again.
yeah.
It's all about, and that's the same thing you do at a big coursed dinner with your lime sorbet between
Right.
courses.
Yeah.
To give you a little palate cleanser. So it's all kind of the same thing.
They need to bring that back.
I know, seriously. I missed that.
So, anything else?
That's pretty much.
We
I
covered a
mean,
bunch.
except if you come into Noble Weiss, I've got a whole shelf of Riesling.
Oh man, so much Riesling here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so good.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's this far. It's far.
yeah.
It's an expanse,
Yeah.
big expanse. All right, guys. It's been
Thanks.
fun.
Cheers. Thank you.
So damn lucky. See you next time.